The reason that Christians should be accountable to one another is because of that accountability to God. When we think of accountability to God, we might think of it as an illustration of going to college and beginning to make final preparations for a final examination. And let's just suppose that the subject is mathematics, which happened to be my major in college, and that I was struggling with differential equations and calculus. And I knew the exam was coming. I knew that I'd studied during the semester, but I had a friend who really was a whiz at mathematics. So I might call him to come alongside of me in what we in the United States call dead week, the week before final exam, just to walk through, test me, help me over some rough spots. So what he's done is he's prepared me for my final exam. Nowhere in the scripture does it say that we are to hold one another accountable. We have all the one anothering passages to love one another, serve one another, help one another, and be patient with one another, be kind to one another. But nowhere does it say that I should go up to any other human being, whether in a discipleship group, in a committee meeting, even in my family, and say, I'm holding you accountable for this. It doesn't appear. But the illustration began to help me as I went back and did exegetical work in the Bible to see that the reason I would invite another man, for instance, into my life to hold me accountable would be to help prepare me for my final exam before God. So I would come before him and say, I have this weakness. I have this temptation. I feel that I'm failing here. Someone might say, I have an addiction to this. Would you help me to overcome that so that you can prepare me to meet Christ one day? It changes the dynamics of accountability rather than one person saying, I'm going to do something for you that you don't want me to do, namely hold you accountable. It takes that fear out of accountability. It takes people away from being put back on their heels, scared to death that someone's going to ask them something they don't want to be asked, and it puts all of the want to in the life of the person who wants to be held accountable. And then if they say, John, would you hold me accountable for this area, X, whatever X the variable is, then it changes the whole dynamic, and it takes all the fear, it takes everything away but the good stuff.